Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle Barrett. I've been a personal stylist for 25 years. I now help people like you build capsule wardrobes that mix and match easily. So today's video, I've got 10 hacks to help you feel full of vitality, to help you feel kind of 10 years younger. Now what I will say, this is more about you making the most of what you have and kind of little tweaks that can make a big difference. It's not necessarily about pushing that youth onto you, it's just about helping you make the most of who you are. So let's get started. Now before I go on, I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who is liking, subscribing, sharing. Please keep that coming. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe for more tips and tricks on your wardrobe and all that is associated with it. Now my number one tip is get a color analysis. Now I know a lot of you who I've been talking to in my private consultations have said to me you had one done years ago or you've not had one done. What I will say to you, if you had a colour analysis done 30 years ago and you're now in your 60s plus, the colours that work for you can change slightly. Your skin can become a little bit more translucent, your eyes can become slightly paler, and particularly if you decide to embrace the grey, that can make a really big difference. I know some of you in the comments have been telling me exactly that. So get a colour analysis done, or at least if you can't get a colour analysis done, at least read up on it so that you can kind of get an idea of what colours might work for you. If you need help with your colours or anything else, book in for a consultation with me. I'd love to meet you. I am loving meeting so many of you. I literally speak to women all over the world every day and it's so interesting. It's one of my favourite parts of the job. So definitely book in for a consultation with me and we can have a nice little chat about how I might be able to help you make that wardrobe of your dreams. The reason why I say that is because the colours and how they reflect on your skin can make a huge difference in how vibrant you feel, and also mixing them together. Often the colours in one palette will go together quite well, so it kind of helps you focus down on what colours to choose in an outfit, what colours to choose in your overall wardrobe, but then also you know that all those colours work for your skin, hair and eyes. So that's one of the first tips that I can give you, is definitely learn which colours work for you. Next, and this kind of leads on from the last one, don't be afraid of colour. Now, this is really, really important. Now, I know some of you will just prefer the neutrals, and that's absolutely fine. If you are a neutral girl, you keep going with the neutral colours, okay? That was a bit of a mouthful. Anyway, keep going with the neutral colours. If you are somebody who feels a bit flat, feels like you've lost your way a bit, you kind of go for the safe options, I want to challenge you to try some colour. Now, if you've always liked colour, I want you to remember that you are just as important to take up space as anybody else, people who are younger than you or anybody else who's deemed as more important than you. I want you to take up that space, and one way you can do that is with colour. So a little challenge to you today is I want you to go out and go to a store or look online, whichever's the easiest option for you, and try 3 colours that you like but you're not sure if they work for you, but I just want you to try them and kind of look at how they kind of bounce off your skin and have a little think about whether you think you're brave enough to actually go out and wear them. And I would really love it if you are someone who loves colour, for you to add one bright colour to your wardrobe and take back that space. Please let me know in the comments how you get on with that one, because that was a kind of really important one to me. Next up, now this is one which I don't usually veer into, but I do think it's equally as important, and that is your skincare and your hair care. Now, it can be really easy, particularly up until around the mid-40s-ish, to kind of stay with the same kind of makeup routine or particularly skincare routine and the same hair products. And in actual fact, what you can sometimes find, if you kind of do a little bit of research, you can find skincare and hair care which is much better for your particular age group. In other words, it allows your skin to breathe, or it gives it more moisture, or whatever it is you need. I've definitely realised now, as I've entered my 50s, that my skin needs a lot more moisture now. So I've actually directly changed my skincare routine for that. And the one which I like best best is Perfect and Protect, which is the number 7 Boots range. I just really like the way it sinks into my skin. I found a lot of the moisturizers that I use will kind of sit on top of the skin instead. And another one which I really like as well is Dr. Sister. Their kind of moisturizers are really, really lovely as well. So find which brand works for you. Same with hair care. I find I need lashings and lashings of conditioner in my hair. I always have. I've got very thick curly hair, so I always need loads of conditioner in that. So find what it is you need now, because that can be equally as important and can make a huge difference to your appearance as well. Next up, I kind of touched on this earlier, but also importantly, while you kind of know what colours work for you and you're kind of looking at your skincare, also wear hair colours and makeup colours that actually enhance your best features. So sometimes I think it's really easy to get stuck on colours, particularly hair colours, and sometimes if your skin changes slightly, you can maybe want something a little bit warmer or a little bit cooler. So maybe go back to your hairdresser, you know, if you're feeling like things aren't quite right, and kind of have a chat to them and get their recommendations on what sort of tones you should maybe put in your hair. And also experiment with a few different makeup colours as well, because that can make a huge difference. It can help your eyes pop, it can make you feel less sallow or less drawn, and give your features kind of a vibrancy as well. So it's not just about the skincare and protecting your skin and hair, but also about the colours there, because that can make a big difference as well. Now next up, I've never spoken about her before, but I know a few of you have asked me about hair and makeup, which is why I'm including this in this particular video as well. But there is somebody that you can go and have a look at, and that's Donna May London. She is a friend of mine. She has her own makeup accessories brand. If you look her up on Instagram or you look her up on YouTube, you'll find she's got a very big following here in the UK. And not only that, but she's very good for makeup tips for women plus 40. So I really recommend you either look her up or you look up somebody similar if you're not already following someone like that, and get some tips as to when, you know, your skin starts to change a little bit, what kind of adjustments you can make in your makeup so that you kind of still enhance your best features, but you're kind of not sort of putting bits too heavy where maybe it doesn't quite look right. You know, adjusting how you do your makeup can make a big difference as well, and makeup and hair. So definitely have a look at Donna May London. Also, if you are interested, head over to my community area. I recently launched a membership there. I can see so many of you joining, and it's absolutely wonderful. I'm going to be coming on live once every month for a live Q&A where you can get feedback from me on all your wardrobe dilemmas. It's a great little community. I'm going to have special offers in there. There's a really good special offer in there at the moment. So if you're interested in that, head over to the community area and click join. I'll put the link here, and I'll also put it in the notes as well. I'd love to see you there. It's the perfect place if you kind of need a little bit of help, but you don't need full-on help from a personal stylist. So if you just kind of want tips now and again, definitely kind of join. It's for the price of a coffee. Next up, and this is one I talk about all the time as well, is learn your body type. Now, the reason why I say this, my bottom rung service is always a colour analysis and a body type style guide. Why? Because I think it helps people make much better decisions when they buy anything. You know, it's one thing to know what colours suit you, but if you're still buying a garment which cuts you in the wrong places or kind of enhances the wrong parts of your body that makes you feel uncomfortable, then that's never going to work. Knowing your body type can make a huge difference. Now, as so many of us, I talk to women literally every single day who have put weight on, particularly around the middle, and they're very conscious of that. And often what they do is wear something baggy to cover that up, whereas sometimes that's not always the best option. It does depend on what body type you are, but knowing what body type you are can make a huge difference to how you look and feel, because the clothes are there cut in shapes to enhance your best features. So definitely look at that. Like I say, if you need help with that, book in for a consultation with me, or have a look at a few of my other videos which are either dedicated to plus size women, body types, or there are some specific body types. Like for example, I've done a video on apple shaped bodies as well. So take a look at that. Now this one should be really obvious, and I would love to hear in the comments what you do as well with this one, and that is eat well. Now don't get me wrong, I had pizza last night, which isn't obviously eating well, because I have an 18-year-old daughter and we were doing a bit of a movie night thing, and this is something we do. We sort of eat rubbish food now and again and have like a bit of a movie night thing, but generally we eat really well. And I have noticed, particularly as I've got older, that there are certain aspects to what I eat that actually definitely make me feel better. So let's face it, you know, food is your fuel and you need the right food to get that fuel. So definitely try and eat well, and you know, if you need to, get your bloods done, see if there's anything you're missing out on, particularly if you're about to go through the menopause or you're going through the menopause, because some kind of vitamins and minerals can kind of drop off the radar a little bit. So definitely eat well, please. Take your time for yourself, you know, think about what you're going to eat. I get an organic vegetable box once a fortnight and I kind of always adapt my meals around that, and I love kind of it because it forces me to really think about what I'm going to eat, because all the vegetables are organic and they come with the mud still stuck to them, and they literally have been pulled out of the ground or chopped off literally the day before or the same day, and it really helps me think about what kind of meal I'm going to have around that. And of course it makes me adapt as well, rather than sticking to the same things all the time. Right, this one again is really important. I kind of mentioned this earlier when I said about the colour, but take back space. Do not fade into the background. It is so easy to do, to just fade into the background and you're not, you know, somebody people look at anymore. Maybe you like that. You know, sometimes I think people quite like just not being ogled all the time or all that. You know, there are aspects to it that I think are actually quite good, but then other aspects aren't so good. You know, obviously in the media and everything, anybody over the age of 35 pretty much disappears. I want you to take up space. If you feel like you're hidden and it makes you sad, I want you to take back that space. So whether it means that you up your style, open a Pinterest board, get some inspiration, take back that colour, wear that vibrant bright yellow coat, you know, whatever it is, doesn't matter if anybody looks at you, good, let them look at you. And also on top of this, and I say this all the time, if you see someone wearing something and you really like it, please tell them, particularly if it's somebody a little bit older, because the chances are nobody ever does that anymore. So definitely tell them, you know, just say, hey, I love what you're wearing. You know, when it kind of goes through your head, definitely do that, but take back that space. Do not blend into the background unless that is what you want to do. Please, really important one, that will definitely get back your vitality. If you still need help, definitely download my Capsule wardrobe planner. I'll put the link here. It helps you kind of plan out that wardrobe, think about what to discard, what to keep, and how to choose what you keep in your wardrobe to make it mix and match easily. Next up, this is also really important, and that is to be open to trying something new. Now, don't get me wrong, I know with the fashions, you've probably seen them all come and then all go again and then all start to come back again. You know I've seen quite a few that have come back in my time. So if that's the case, I get that you've seen it all before, but just be open to other suggestions. Now, what can often happen is you kind of get attached to your safe brands or your safe styles, or you're covering up things. And I kind of want to encourage you, if you're brave enough, to get out of that safe zone and just be open to trying something new. So maybe walk into a boutique in your town that you've not been to before and try a few things on. Now, it could be one of those boutiques where everyone sort of looks down their nose at you. If they do, hold your head up high. Hold your head up high, go in there, try some things on. If you like something, buy it. If you don't like it, walk out again. You have every right to take up that space. So please just be open to trying new things and thinking about colour again and getting inspiration again, and use that Pinterest board if you need to. Next up is exercise. I have definitely noticed now, since entering my 50s, that I do need to, I've always been quite petite all over. I've been very lucky with that. I don't know whether it's because I've not eaten meat for 25 years. I don't know what the reason is, or whether it's my genes or what, but I've always been quite petite. So for years and years and years, I didn't have to exercise to lose weight or to tone up or anything. I just did it if I wanted to do it, which isn't necessarily a good thing. Although I have always walked everywhere as much as I can. I walk everywhere rather than getting in the car or getting on the bus. But I have noticed a difference. So now 4 times a week I do yoga twice a week and I do Pilates twice a week. And in actual fact, just for the record, those of you who are going to be joining my membership, I am bringing my yoga teacher on in the new year. She's absolutely fabulous. She is, out of all the yoga teachers I've been to, by far the best one. So her channel is Holly Cooper Yoga, if you want to look her up as well. But definitely think about strength training, something that will kind of help with your core. I definitely feel so much better with my posture and everything else, particularly if I'm working on my laptop and I'm like this. You know, doing my yoga and my Pilates gives me that core strength. That can change your posture. It can help you stand better. It helps you stand tall, because I want you to take up that space. So please do that. So definitely think about an exercise routine that works for you and something you like doing. I'm not a runner. I'm not anybody who does all that running business in the rain. Absolutely not me. If that's for you, that's great. I am much more for the yoga and the Pilates. So find what it is that works for you. So last but not least, my bonus kind of one, and this kind of encapsulates everything, and that is to sort of take up that space. I have said it so many times, but the main reason that you might look older, or you might look older before your time, or you might lose that vitality, is because you kind of start to step back. Maybe you like that, maybe you want to be there, but I promise you, by standing tall, making sure your posture's good, eating well, thinking about your skincare, thinking about your hair care, thinking about being a little bit more brave, maybe with clothes and colour and things like that, you will take back that space. When you're walking down the street, and I do this because I think as a woman we all know what this means, but you're walking down the street and there's this guy kind of marching towards you and everything, put your head up and walk straight. Don't meekly move out the way of anybody. Now, I'm not saying you've got to be rude. This is not about being rude, and it's not about barreling into people, and it's not about any of those things. But where you kind of instinctively feel that you should move out the way, don't necessarily move out the way unless you have to, obviously. But take up that space. Now, that is the biggest advice I can give you, above clothes, above hair, above anything. Take back that space. Let me know in the comments what you do. Let me know when you compliment somebody or when someone's complimented you. Please keep that kindness going. We need to, as a community of women, we need to take back that space, and one way we can do that and be supported in doing that is if other women support us and go, hey, you look great today. So I hope you found that helpful. Let me know in the comments anything about what I've said today. I'd really love to hear your feedback on this one, because I think it's a really important one. And have a lovely week, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.